Welcome to the Nintendo Show, episode 16. I am your co-host today, Devin Moon, and with me, as always, my best boy, Trevor Payne.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Man, I feel honored to be your best boy.
So this week, we're going to return to our roots because after a long slumber in a burrowed hole, Mr. Miyamoto came out like Punxsutawney Phil and has emerged, Trevor, to give us some news. So expect some of the latest and greatest from Nintendo.
So I could just imagine. Actually, I don't know if I want to imagine that, but like just the picture in my head is hilarious. Someone needs to like animate that or something. That'd be great.
A groundhog with Miyamoto's face on it. Yeah, dude.
Oh, it'd be the happiest groundhog ever.
Come on, fans. Put that on the Facebook page. And as always, we're going to be sprinkling in your healthy dose of questions, comments, concerns throughout the show. So let's get into it. Let's get into that news, Trevor. What do you say, man? You ready?
I'm
Let's
ready.
Dig in. So first, we have 5 items this week. Number 1, Pokemon has come and had itself a nice direct. The direct featured a remake of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue Rescue Team called Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX that will launch on March 6th with the demo out now. Trev, your thoughts on the Mystery Dungeon? Are you a huge fan? Do you know anything about this at all?
You know, I've dabbled. I'm a mystery dungeon dabbler. So I remember playing this. I think it was on the DS or was it on the Game Boy Advance? I can't remember. But the one that I played, I remember having a lot of fun. I remember the combat feeling really simple. Like you go into the dungeon, you'd have like your party, and every space you move, another like the enemies move around the dungeon as well, and you're trying to get deeper and deeper into the dungeon. I don't know. I played a little bit. I'm excited to actually dive in and give this one like a real good look. The art style on this is so cool. Have you seen like the videos of it?
I like the new look. It's like painter. Is it painterly a little bit?
So I had a friend describe it as like kind of like old school Winnie the Pooh kind of where it's like heavy outline, like a cell shade, but like almost like this watercolor look as far as like the coloring.
Yeah, it's like the colors inside.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Like I'm so happy that they're doing that. And I know a lot of people really dig this game. So I'm excited to dive in and really give it a real go. The other ones, I think I don't know. I played a little bit, but I can't remember really diving into it that much. But I know people love the Mystery Dungeon games.
So is it just based on combat only? Like, what's the hook or the thing that makes it different than another Pokemon game? Is there any?
You know, it's not turn-based like as far as you like picking your move and attacking, and it's weird. Like I guess if I remember right, you turn into a Pokemon and you pick which Pokemon based off of a series of questions, and it'll find like the best Pokemon that fits your character and all that fun stuff, and then you are that Pokemon. And anyways, it's cool because since you're a Pokemon, you can talk to other Pokemon, so they actually like speak and you talk back and forth with them. I remember that there's like this like main hub area where I guess maybe you upgrade stuff. I can't remember exactly, but when you go into it, like I just remember it being super simple where you're just moving your character around and then press a button to attack what's ever in front of you. And it seemed real simple. So I'm probably not giving it the best, love right now, but I'm excited to test it. There is a demo available too. So if people wanted to check that out.
Yeah, I was interested in dabbling a little bit, giving a little dipping my nose in there. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you dip your nose?
No,
that's not how you do it. You're doing it wrong.
Boop. Boop, boop. That little bird that dips its nose. What I was thinking, Trev.
All right.
Is this, I'm like convinced, like you get to be a Pokemon. It's basically what Miyamoto is to us, little Punxsutawney.
Yeah.
I can be a Pikachu. Yes. What would be really great is if you could put your face on it and just make it like Cats, like the movie Cats, like disturbing and horrible and great at the same time. They kind of missed something, didn't they? They missed a little bit there.
Yeah, missed opportunity. I mean, like they could have coincided with the Cats launch and of that spectacular movie, and
not really using the full features of the Switch. I understand it doesn't come with the camera, but I would love a peripheral again.
Yeah,
another Nintendo camera would be great, and I just want to have my face plastered on as many Pokemon as possible. Just
Devin,
a real.
There's other ways to get your face plastered. Just letting you know. I know a place where you could go. Yeah. So, but, it looks cool. I'm excited that they're bringing back something. And, last week when we were talking about predictions, so as we go through this direct and talk about like the Pokemon news, I was completely wrong as far as my Pokemon predictions. So it's cool that they went outside of their normal Pokemon games and they're remaking something else. And I'm excited about that, especially because of the other announcements that were announced during this direct.
Yes. Let's get into that. The direct also featured an announcement of Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pass.
Woo!
Expansion, yeah.
You want one more?
Pass, double it up.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you. Yeah. The expansion pass, which will cost $30 US, will be split into two regions. The first will be an island theme region called the Isle of Armor, and the second, the Arctic theme region called the Crown Tundra. The expansion pass will include new customization options, areas to explore, new characters to meet, and 200 plus new and returning Pokemon. The first expansion is set to release in June, and the other in the fall. Trev, get those pokey thoughts out, man. Sword and Shield have come in an expansion pass form. How jazzed are you right now? What are your feelings?
Series from, temperature from 1 to jazzed. It's like jazzed with like 8 Z's mixed in there. Like, I am so excited, Devin. Like, so I've always wanted a Pokemon game where they add to it and they keep adding content, which, I mean, every once in a while they'll do cool little events and you can unlock a Pokemon and stuff like that in past games with like online features. But this is like real content, new stories, new Pokemon, new areas to explore. I am super excited, and I hope that there's more to come. I hope this is like, because they announced this as part 1 and part 2. I wonder if there's going to be like the following year a part 3 and part 4. And I think it is cool to expand this game instead of doing the ultra version. We had a comment on our Facebook page about this. So his name's Landon. He was talking about how he prefers this to the whole relaunching a whole nother game with some of the updates. And I couldn't agree more. What are your thoughts, Dev?
Yeah, dude, totally. I am like, welcome to the modern age. It is a wonderful thing. Good to see you here.
Nintendo.
Yeah, an expansion is perfect. And I love it. It seems like a pretty meaty thing. You got two chunks, 2 regions. We'll see how large the regions end up being and stuff like that. But
honestly, like anything, adding a little bit of anything would be cool.
Yeah. I feel like the idea of paying $60 again for basically what an expansion pass is first off a ripoff to the customer, and second, it's just old. Like, it's so old school. It's just like, it's like a system that doesn't have the internet. Here's your cartridge, kids. Go get that $60 expansion. Yeah.
Well, and then like you have to replay the game and you have to like start from scratch. I like this where it's like, hey, just keep moving on your adventure. Bring the stuff that you currently have. We're going to give you more stuff to do. And the stuff that they announced was really cool. Like, there's new story stuff, especially in this Isle of Armor expansion part that I'm really excited about. But what I'm most stoked about is the Crown Tundra. They have this whole co-op dungeon feature where it's actually going into the dungeons and you're exploring in co-op in real time. And I think that, what do they call them? I can't remember the exact names of it, but you go in there and you fight legendary Pokemon and you have the chance to catch them, which is really cool. So they're going to have also in those dungeon things, legendaries from past games too, which is really cool. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And dude, They showed new Galarian variants of Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres that look so cool, man. I'm very hyped. That was 20 minutes that I just enjoyed and was excited about the information that was revealed there. So
yeah, and we got pictures of the original 3 starters are now all going to be there. It seemed like we got Bulbasaur and all those guys,
boy
Venusaurs and
Blastoise.
Stuff. Yeah. Blastoise, yeah, all their Galarian versions
or their Gigantamax versions or whatever.
Yeah, Gigantamax versions. Yeah, it's really cool to see like what they've decided to twist on those characters, which is a really interesting. 200 new Pokemon, dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, and
that's
not
madness.
new. Like I mean, like
sorry,
just
new,
additional to this game,
new.
which is good.
Yeah,
yes. Quote. Yep, new. But the thing is like, so do you think, you know how everybody was pissed off that the whole national Pokédex, whatever, wasn't in this game? You know, do you think people are going to be upset being like, oh, you held that back just so you could charge us $30? Or do you feel like, for me, I'm like, I don't care. It's $30 and you're adding content to this game that already is meaty. I've spent a lot of time in this game. So I personally don't have a problem with it. But I could see people saying like, hey, they're being freaking greedy. They're holding back. And this was kind of their plan to eke all the money they can out of us.
Well, I mean, it's Pokemon, guys. There's two versions of basically the same game. So yes, they have been eking money out of you for a long time. So don't get too mad, Pokemon fans. But yes, they will get mad. And I'm sure I mean, there's always people like that where this game isn't big enough. It's like, why didn't you give the expansion? Whatever. No, man, it's like already like 20, 30-hour game on,
well, and just
then you
going
can go
through the
further.
Story. Yeah,
just going through the normal stuff. And then you got all the add-on crap, or it's a game where as much as you put into it, that's as long as you play, you know. I have a friend Sawyer who's like 200 hours into this game, you know. So it's like it really depends on the trainer and how they feel about the game. And I think, in my opinion, like I said when we reviewed this game, I think it is probably one of the best Pokemon games as far as like playability, and the competitive scene is it's really nice for those guys. And I think just adding just the idea that you can start with that same character and keep going rather than starting all over, all that crap.
No kidding, yeah.
It's all good, dude. It's all good. And I love these new areas. The island theme is nice. The tundra is cool, seeing a frozen area. I know there are ice areas in Pokemon, but like just all frozen. That's cool. And I like the customization stuff looks really good.
Yeah, they're adding a lot of new clothing and accessories and stuff, which is fun. And I think maybe next year, if they do continue on this path where they're adding more and more, maybe they will add another 200 more. And, like, that's all right. Because I already still feel like when I'm running through the world, I see stuff and I'm like, oh, crap, I don't have him yet. So I stop and I catch him and I'm like, this is just with the 400 that's in the game right now. I feel like it's already overwhelming with the amount of different Pokemon you can catch. So adding another 50% on top of that now is just crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, I feel you, man. Like I said in the review, so many Pokemon. It's so many Pokemon, and I don't know how to. I can't help them all. And that's what I want to do. I want to make them grow. I want to help them all. It's not about catching for me. It's about
nurturing. It's about
love and tenderness. It's love and tenderness. A little bit of that. A question from Jake Smith. Remember, you can send in your questions to us at nintendoshow.com. That's right. We have a website now.
Woo!
And it's nintendoshow.com. Just nintendoshow.com. Or you can just go to our Facebook page and you can comment there. Like Jake Smith asked, do you guys like the direction Pokemon will be taking this year with the expansion? Would you have rather seen other remake or Let's Go type games this year? And do you expect we will ever or see another Let's Go type game again? So would you have rather had a totally, like you said, you wanted Purdy Pearl. Would you have rather had Purdy Pearl or a Let's Go game? Or are you fine with the expansions this year? How are you thinking on
expansions for me? Like, this is great. If I have the chance, like 95% of the time, and I don't know where I'm getting my facts, but I'm going to say 95% of the time, I want new. I want something new. And so, like, I love remakes. Remakes are great and fun, but if I have the choice between either a remake or something new, I want to experience the new stuff because I've already played the old stuff.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. Give me the new stuff. I really did like the Let's Go games. Do I expect we'll see another Let's Go game?
I think so. I think we
probably.
Will.
Yeah,
because like how popular Pokemon Go is, and stuff
and
like
it did
that.
Well. I think it did well. So I don't see it not coming back. So yeah, man, you'll get your Let's Go, but right now enjoy the newness, which is the expansions, and it's coming in June, dude. That's pretty exciting.
It's good. I know. So I put Pokemon on pause, and as we speak right now, I'm towards the very end of the game, about ready to finish it. And then I'm just going to be working on building my team, catching some other mons while I'm waiting for the new content to drop. So
yeah, it's time for me to start finishing this bad boy off. I've gotten a little lost in the weeds with Luigi's Mansion 3 and a whole bunch of other games. But yeah, dude, I'm it's on my Switch. It's looking at me. And when I saw this direct, I was like, I'm coming back.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
I'm coming back. I'll see you, Galarians.
I'm coming back. I want the Pokemon to know I'm gonna catch them all.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Here we go.
You got the beats, man. You got the beats that make me happy. Thank you, Trev.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping them.
Another thing from this direct, they announced the Pokemon Home stuff. So it'll launch in February, and that's basically, it's like a cloud backup for your Pokemon. And I'm excited because I have a bunch of dudes on Sun and Moon, which I don't know if that's going to be compatible or not. I sure hope so. That I want to move over. I know it'll connect with your Pokemon Go as well as Let's Go. So it'd be kind of cool to put them all in the bank and be able to move them over. Now, not all of them can move over because it has to be like part of this extra 200 that's coming over or already in the game. But you'd be able to move those over. And I think that's cool. I think that would be fun to move my dudes.
Yeah, dude. That I totally forgot about the home. It's because I'm not a Poke guy. But yes, man. I realize people, they spend a lot of time on their collection. So
yeah, they're digital collections.
Number 2, WiiU ports. Rumor has it.
Wait, WiiU?
WiiU? I think that was the third Nintendo console. Yeah, the WiiU.
Yeah. Now that's an attachment, right? Like that's a
no, Trev. It's a totally different console.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Did we sell this wrong? Did we sell the WiiU wrong?
Oh man, dude.
Dude. This isn't. We call it WiiU because it's who is it for?
Yeah. Knock knock.
It's kind of a question, and you get to answer it. It's kind of fun. WiiU suck. No, just kidding. Rumor has it, highly reputable sources, that we'll be seeing 2 WiiU ports coming this year onto the Switch. What are these ports? Well, Per Schneider from NBC and IGN seemed to know. During the recent podcast episode of NBC, Per hinted that the game for him is either a 9 or a 6 out of 10 on the IGN review scale, and that he liked how one of the games handled real-time strategy. It can be assumed that one game is Pikmin 3 due to the fact that Nintendo really has only one real-time strategy game that was on the Wii U. The other game is still up for speculation.
StarCraft.
But
we're bringing StarCraft.
It's a 6. It's a StarCraft game?
No, I'm just kidding.
Trev, that was on the Wii U, not on the Wii U.
Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Please, if you could...
I'll check my facts.
We run a Nintendo podcast. Come on, man. So Trev, Pikmin 3, big fan? Lesser fan?
I would say like I'm lukewarm, dip my toes in. I think it's cute. I think the little guys are cute, and it's really sad when they like get eaten by the bugs and stuff. Like it's and you know what? Actually, my favorite thing about Pikmin is when like you get to the ship and you blast off, but then you accidentally left a couple of the little dudes behind, and like you just see them like they're just like, oh no, like I'm just screwed, and it is so hilarious, but like so sad.
Trevor.
Oh my gosh,
Trevor, for shame.
I know I am a bad.
That little
Pikmin
guy has
parent.
a wife and kids, and you're just freaking leaving him there,
and I'm just treating
that's
him.
his job.
I know
he's now homeless on the streets, being eaten by a giant
He'll
mushroom
never see his
bug
family
thing. He's dead. You killed him.
I still can't sleep. I haven't played this game in 8 years. No, I think that'd be cool for people that like the game. Yeah. I'm not like super into it.
I think so. I have tried Pikmin 3. I thought the controls for the Wii U were poor. I know some people liked it, and they
thought it was fine.
Well, I think
when it launched, I felt it wasn't good, but like they added this cool, like, I don't know, this stylus something mode or whatever. I can't remember, but whatever they added, I liked.
They added that stylus mode, and I know people liked it, but I feel like it was weird to me because it suffered from the 2-screen thing.
Yeah.
Where you had to look at the bottom screen and then look at the top screen to see what was going on. And it was a little not intuitive enough. So I feel like the Switch can actually, since it's just more of a one-note pony, it'd be a little nicer to streamline the controls a little bit. So I think it can improve in that way.
But are you trying to tell me that the Wii U wasn't a perfect system?
I am trying to tell you that Yeah, unlike the Wii U was a flop. It was a failure. However, it was great for Mario Maker. That second pad, as we said before, great for Mario Maker. So I think that's the 9, Trev. I think
Okay.
Pikmin 3 is the 9 for Pear here, because if you go on the IGN reviews, I'm pretty sure it scored roughly a 9 or in that range.
In that
People can tell me
ballpark.
I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it definitely wasn't a 6 because it's a Nintendo game. We're not going to put a Pikmin on a 6. So what's the 6, man? What's the 6?
Dude, I have no idea. And BT Dub, yeah, you're close. They gave it an 8.8. So just about.
Okay.
And with their new score rubric or whatever, only a 10-point scale, maybe that's what they're talking about, is that, that 9
maybe
there.
It's a 9. There's the 9. So Yo Bro asked basically what I asked. 2 games do you see coming to the Switch? I think Pikmin 3 will be one. As I said before, I think Mario would be a shoe-in, but it doesn't make sense for a B to 6 because it's not. So I'm thinking Wonderful 101.
Yeah.
That's mine. Platinum's been talking like they have a whole bunch of announcements and stuff. We'll get into that later on the next news story. So I wonder if Wonderful 101 is wrapped into these announcements that they've kind of hinted at, like these big announcements. I know that they've talked about Wonderful 101, like the creator, he wants to get it out on the Switch. A lot of people passed on that game. I think it reviewed at a 7 or so, maybe at IGN. So it's not like perfect, but I think it's a decent game.
Cool.
I could see that. It wouldn't be what I personally would want.
Yeah, because like with your prediction was Super Mario 3D World, right?
Yeah, that seems like the home run to me, but you do you. That's fine. We've had plenty of Wii U ports. We all had that system, at least 10 million of us. So it all worked out for those 10 million that played it.
There you go.
That's it for that one. All right, number 3. Hideki Kamiya reports to Famitsu that the development of Bayonetta 3 is going smoothly and not to worry. Realizing that fans are worried since they have had yet to see the game since it was announced at the Game Awards, this interview comes at the time when Platinum Games, the developers of Bayonetta 3, said to expect big announcements this year, as I mentioned before. Brad B asked, what big announcements do you think we can expect from Platinum Games this year? Do you have any inklings? Do you know much about the Platinum Games?
I've got the inside
knowledge?
Scoop. So Mr.
Whoa.
Hideki, yes. So my uncle works at Platinum Games. No, I'm just kidding. No, like it's just funny. It's like, hey, don't worry, nothing to see here. Everything's going good. But I'm sure it's going fine. Like they make some really solid games. I don't have any like expectations, or honestly, I don't know what they're gonna put out next, because it seems like they've really had a huge swath of games as far as like different titles and things like that. What do you think, Dev?
So here's the ones I'm thinking. So Wonderful 101, that's one of them. Bayonetta 3, that's the other. I think we already saw one of them at the Game Awards, or it was somewhere around there. It was like it's Platinum and Square Enix together.
Yes, what was it?
They're making a baby and having some sweet love. So whatever that game is called, go check it out. Just type those two in together. It's not a Nintendo game, so I don't care so much. So there's that. And I assume, I don't assume. You know what I want? Vanquish. What? Have you ever played Vanquish, dude?
Vanquish was super cool. I would love them to bring like I guess not even a remake, just like a remaster, put some ray traces on that bad boy. No, just kidding. The Switch can't do that. But make it look nice. Bring it over. I like that game. I remember having a lot of fun with it. The combat was super cool.
So Vanquish, guys, if you have never played Vanquish, think Gears of War. But if Gears of War was on acid and speed and you were just rolling, baby, because it's a cover-based shooter, but you're going fast, like super fast, because you have rocket boots,
and sliding and like, yeah, it was. I remember that being so cool. I was like, whoa, this guy's so quick.
At first, I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Japanese Gears of War. Then I was like, nah, this is better than Gears of War. You got rocket boots. you got some rockets on these boots.
Wow, you're so obsessed with those boots,
dude.
Deb.
Rocket boots.
Oh my gosh, sliding. I know how to win you over. Just slap some rockets on the boots. Oh, I'll hook you up, dude. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, man.
I got you.
Oh, you're sweet.
Can't promise you'll keep your legs, but we'll figure it out. We'll take it one step at a time. You know what? No, that reminds me of a time. So when I was really into rollerblading back in the day, and we strapped like fountains, like the firework fountains, to like the soles of my rollerblades, and like lit them, and then you would hit jumps and go off jumps and try to do tricks with the fireworks shooting off the back of our skates. It was the stupidest thing ever. Oh my gosh, it melted. It melted my skates, dude. Like, anyways. Thanks for going on this journey with me.
No, dude, that's great. You feel like the belle of the ball. That's great, man. I'm a big fan.
Thanks, buddy.
So, what is the game that I'm talking? It's Vanquish, right? I've lost track.
Sorry, do you want another story of my childhood?
Yeah, could you please give me another?
I'll just pepper those in. Yes. Oh, I got lots of them, but go ahead.
So Vanquish 2, I think it's cool. I think that game deserved a sequel. I'd like to see that. But yeah, for the Switch, that would be cool. Seriously, that's the one that really is tugging at my heart. So Brad B, that's what's tugging at my hearts. There might be some others, but as we all know, Trevor hates Astral Chain, which means he hates Platinum Games.
Yeah, that's something I said.
Now, I want everyone in the internet to spread this around.
Don't do this to me, Ricky Bobby.
Trev, you are like Ricky Bobby, man. Sparklers on your skates?
If you ain't first, your last. Ricky Bobby. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Sorry, I don't know, man. Can we just spend 20 minutes and quote Talladega Nights? I love that movie so much. Anyways, go ahead.
Number 4, Alienware has revealed its new Switch-like console called the Concept UFO. It is assumed that this console...
I'm so sorry, Devin.
It's assumed that this console that is nearly... Okay, hold on. Trev, I've lost track.
I know.
I'm going over again. Roll it again.
Roll it back.
Okay, my gosh. Number 4. Alienware has revealed its new Switch-like console called the Concept UFO.
UFO?
He did it again. Guys, this is the second round.
Dude, you can't say UFO and I can't not do that.
This is the second round.
You should see me drive through Roswell, New Mexico. I'm constantly just yelling it as I'm driving down the street. I can't handle it.
You're not very subtle, Trev, man. It's not very subtle. You can't run into Area 51 yelling UFO. You know what I'm saying? That's why you all would have got shot when you were doing your runs.
Oh, is that what I was?
Your anime runs through it.
When I'm doing my Naruto run?
Yeah, when you're Narutoing through this thing. You can't do UFO.
Okay.
This is the second time. I have to edit this crap. So it's called Concept UFO.
I'm not saying it.
It's assumed that the
UFO!
Moses. It's assumed the console that is nearly identical to the Switch in every way except the aesthetic will be more powerful than the Switch and will be aimed toward PC players who love the portability factor. What are you thinking of this? Have you seen it?
Yes, because they showed this at CES. I wish I was there because I used to go all the time to CES, and I'm so sad I wasn't there this year, especially because it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from my house. This concept from Alienware is so cool. So if you haven't seen it, Google Alienware Nintendo Switch or UFO, and then there you go. Yeah, you got me. Everybody. You got me good. It is so cool. Like the fact that this is a prototype and the way it looks and like the way they're showing it off and how it looks like a finished product. Like they did a really good job. And so anyways, it's got some pretty good performance in there. It's got some pretty good beefy specs, a huge screen on it. And it does seem bigger than the Switch, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it. I'm like, there's so many PC games that I would love to play kind of handheld style like I would on the Switch, like when I'm kicking back in the living room on the couch or take it to work or whatever. Like, I think that is really cool. And I would be super into this. I think I'd be a customer of this.
Trav, You're dropping some coin on it, huh?
I would. And it wouldn't be cheap. Like that's the thing. So it has these like high-end PC parts. It's Alienware. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Dev? Like I would be a customer. So I hope that this isn't just a concept. I hope this becomes a real thing.
So I think actually, so here's the thing about like the new Switch audience, I think are PC players. Like I think a lot really of them are like people that come from PC stuff. There's like a guy on YouTube called Review Tech USA. I think he was basically only doing PC, and then now he's a huge Switch fan. There's a lot of people that I've talked to just in my day-to-day life that just like this, were just PC, but when the Switch was coming out, they're like, dude, I'm down for this. So like, I think Alienware is getting an audience that, taken from the right audience. I think like the people will buy it. Like you're one of them. And I think there's other people that will definitely buy it. I don't know if I will. I'm not a huge PC fan guy. It just depends on like what the OS is. Like if it's clunky and messy and if it's like a PC experience, I'm not going to be down. But if it's more like a console experience, I'm totally fine with that. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. Band of Bros asks, do you guys think the competition for Alienware could make the Switch an obsolete, outdoing the Nintendo system in terms of power and online capability? Is it possible that Alienware or other competition could do that to the Switch?
For instance, like, like you think about it, the reverse, right? If you're talking about consoles, there's PCs, consoles that have forever, for the longest time, been way more powerful than any of Nintendo's consoles, and it's never put them out of business. So think of it on the handheld side. There has been the Vita, there has been the PlayStation Portable back in the day, and both of those systems were way better as far as performance capabilities than past Nintendo handhelds. I think Nintendo has something special. They have their unique IPs, their unique games, their kind of whimsy that other companies don't have, and I think that's what they have going for them. So even though I think this would be really cool, I would bet, like I said, be a customer. I don't think it would even hang at all with the Switch as far as sales numbers.
Yeah, I think it would be more of I don't know what the word is, like a niche audience, you know what I mean? Like just absolutely. For a certain group of people. It's possible that it might steal from that, like that PC audience, like I was saying, that the Switch, I think, is getting. But I don't know if it definitely wouldn't totally get rid of all of Nintendo fans, because people really, like, Nintendo always has Nintendo games.
Yeah.
And those first party games are solid. They have the best first party lineup out of basically anybody. At least as far as like properties, Sony has really good first party games, but as far as like people, Nathan Drake a little bit, and the God of War guy, he's a little angry though, huh?
he's the cranky boy. He's just the cranky boy right there.
You're a little cranky daddy. Yeah, so Nintendo, I think, is totally fine.
So, but like with this, I think like you're right. It's for a very specific audience. But like the fact that I have so many games on Steam and different things like that, it'd be so cool to just get this and then have access to that whole library. Like, and the way it kickstands is so much better than the Switch and seems more sturdy. And, it seems like something I could totally take on a trip with me, or, and to the restroom. But I would love to play Final Fantasy on a handheld. I've tried to do that through like remote streaming and things like that when I want to go play in bed or something. But I would love to play Final Fantasy 14 on a device like this. So I don't know. I want it. I want more companies to make something like this, because I think it's very cool and maybe would push Nintendo to try a few new things, maybe? Question mark. And can my voice get out here?
Probably not. Yeah, no, but I agree. More competition, usually a good thing. So let's hope that's the case for this Nintendo Alienware thing. We'll see if it actually comes into existence. I assume it will. But who knows? I mean, there's a lot of things that don't come out. So you never know. Number 5. The creators of Shovel Knight, Trev, Yacht Club Games, are ready to dip their toes into some new games. The first of these games is called Cyber Shadow, that Yacht Club is helping creator Arnie Hunsker That might be wrong. To finish and give that Shovel Knight sheen to the game is a 2D action platformer with a ninja named Shadow taking on some robots to save the city. Huh? Why is this news, you asked, Trev?
Hey, Devin, why is this news?
I'm glad you asked. Remember? Could you recall for me, just recall back.
How far?
Our prediction episode? Yeah, 2020.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Remember I said something like Yacht Club Games is going to show their new game? Remember it was in my guesses? You remember?
It was. And you know what, Devin? You had some insider info, I'm sure.
I did it. Trev,
good job,
Trev,
buddy.
I did it.
Oh, man. Are you going to win the guessing game?
Yeah. Can everyone please chalk up the scores? Someone put this on the scoreboard. Now, listen, there might be a technicality to this. I realize that this game was probably announced before. Here's the thing. It might have been announced in a direct already, and I just didn't realize it was from Yacht Club Games. But listen, I didn't know. And ignorance is bliss.
Sure.
So I guessed it right still, but there's a little technicality. So just if you guys could just like put a little mark there. And also another reason it's news, it's good. It's from Yacht Club Games. It's going to be great. That's my assumption.
That's your hot take,
I'm looking at a 9 here. It looks pretty. It looks cool. Go check it out. Okay. I'm glad I spent that time, wasted all your time to make myself feel good.
Good. I'm glad we got there. So Devin, I have not seen this yet. I honestly had no idea. So this makes me very excited. I'm going to have to check this out. A 2D ninja action platformer. It sounds cool. I'm in. Is it kind of like, what's it look like? What's the art style? Is it more modern or is it kind of more pixelated?
Very pixelated. Looks very much like Shovel Knight.
Oh, okay, cool.
That same big pixel character, stuff like that. So, all right, so it's time for a new mid-episode game. Before it was Who Did It Better. Now we're going to do a whole new thing. So here's how this game's going to work, Trev. I'm going to give you the year and the console of a certain game, and it's up to you or myself to guess the game in 10 questions or less. Yes, no questions, that's it. And then we'll see how it works. I don't know if this is perfected. You know, it could be totally unfair against you. I have no idea. We'll see how this works.
We're gonna figure this out as we go. I'm excited. I love these games.
Okay, so here's the console and here's the year, Trev.
Okay,
the console is the Nintendo Switch. The year, 2019.
Oh, last year. Oh, I know that year.
Easy mode, maybe, but we'll see what's going on.
Don't say easy mode because I'm going to mess it up. All right. So, and then I just ask questions and then you respond yes or no?
Yep,
okay.
Okay. Yes,
cool,
no.
Cool,
and I'll do one. I'll count them up on my fingers. Here we go.
Oh, okay. You ready for this? All right. Devin, was this game developed or published by Nintendo?
It was.
Okay. Was this an RPG?
It was not.
Okay. Was this game? Did you have shooty shoots in this game, like guns? Shooty shoots.
So there's no guns.
Okay, no guns.
But shooting. Is a method in a manner of speaking. No guns.
Oh my
though.
Gosh!
But don't get too
hung up on that. Okay. Yeah. Did your character use magic of any sort?
No magic.
No magic. Trying to think of what came out last year. All right. Did this game? Do you play as a human character?
You do not.
Oh. Okay. What am I at? 5?
You are at 4, unless
4.
I miscounted. Yes.
No, we'll take it. 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Does this game, was this game a digital download only game or cartridge? I guess
it was
a digital download only game. Question mark.
No, it was not a digital download only game. That is number 5.
Halfway there, and I don't have any ideas of where I'm going with this.
So let's see. We got let's recap for you.
Okay.
We know it's a Nintendo developed game. We know there is no shooting. You are not a humanoid character. What else do we know? There is some shooting aspects, just no gun. Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Do you is this a sci-fi game?
It is not.
Okay, that's 6. Do you catch mons in this game?
You do not catch mons.
Oh,
in the game.
Dang it, because you play as a person. That was a waste. Dang it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Not Mystery Dungeon, my friend. It ain't no freaky Mystery Dungeon.
Okay.
Number 8.
Is this... Because we said Nintendo put this out, right?
Yeah, Nintendo put it out.
What the freak is this?
Big dog.
Did this come out in the first half of the year?
It did.
Oh, dang it.
That is 8.
I can't remember what came out then.
Got this, Trev, man. Take her home.
Dude, that sucks.
Fly away.
Fly like a bird. I want to fly
this is number
away.
9.
All right.
Make it good.
Okay, what games came out earlier this year or last year? Do you ride a motorcycle at all?
No, there's no motorcycle riding unless I missed. I never played the game fully through, but I assume there is no motorcycle riding in the game.
Oh my gosh, Devin!
Number 10, man.
So I just have to guess at this point.
So we got this. It's a Nintendo made game.
Okay.
First half of the year. You're not playing a humanoid. Remember that. So think of Nintendo characters that aren't humans. You got this. You got this, Trev.
Dude, I don't. Is this do you play?
This is the guess. This is the guess.
Okay, you ready? Okay, I'm gonna throw this out. It's probably wrong, but I'm going for it. You all ready for this?
Let's hit it, baby.
Are you sure? Okay, I'm gonna say Yoshi's Crafted World.
Ding, 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 brah. You did it.
Did I get it?
You got it. I'm proud of you.
Oh, man, dude. I was not even on the right track, but I just threw something out because I'm like, that game came out. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I wasn't a complete failure, but those are terrible questions that I asked. I like that game.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You got up to 10. That's pretty good, man. So
I can't believe I guessed.
That's awesome,
cool.
Man.
Awesome.
Okay. We did it. That's the game. We need a name for it, but 10 questions and 10 questions. Who knows? It just feels like I'm still too much from Game Scoop at that time, but 10 questions. So there's that. Dude, Trev, thanks for playing.
Dude,
thanks for playing that, man.
Thanks for having me on your mid-game mid-show game.
Please come back.
Anytime.
It'd be nice to see you.
Did I win anything? What do I get?
A plushie Yoshi? Do you have? You have one of those?
Yes, I got that. I got all the amiibo Yoshis and then the Mega Yarn Yoshi amiibo.
Well, it looks like all we got in here is a card. I got a cardboard box. I got some tinsel. How do you feel about a mattress? Would you like an old mattress?
Yes. Can I have your old mattress, Devin?
You may. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight, but it's definitely yours. You deserve it.
You got to tell your wife. I'm so sorry. I lost our mattress today.
We had too much writing on it. Yeah, man. Okay, that's it. Let's move on. Fan questions. Let's get into it. Proper Pals asks, does Nintendo get away with murder? How is it that Nintendo is the only company that can get away with awful online, no backwards compatibility? Xbox and PlayStation have and would get destroyed for similar faults. Tell me, are they getting away with murder? Huh, Trev? Nintendo?
Yeah,
what are they doing?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like that, they, for some reason, aren't held to the same standards. And I think it's because everybody has very low expectations of them, because they just do what they want, and they just kind of do their thing. People show their frustrations with some of their systems, and they don't do anything about it. They just like, well, tough, move on. So and the other thing is too, like, I know we're comparing Nintendo to Microsoft and Sony, but like Sony and Xbox are very much competitors. I feel like Nintendo's in its own little world and does its own thing. So I feel like they do get away with more than what honestly they probably should.
Yeah, and I agree. It's kind of weird that we put who was essentially like the big dog on campus for decades on such a weird standard now. You know, like before, Nintendo was the shiz and you kept them to a high standard, but now it's ever since online appeared, ever since 360 on, where like we started actually getting online in games, I feel like the standard of what these consoles were regarding Nintendo and everyone else just totally switched. And that's where, you know, the Wii was introduced, where it's like, we're cool for grandma. And now, and Xbox is like, no, dude, we're cool for not grandma. We're cool for the smokers and the guys that have rockets on their skates.
Yes.
Rocket skates.
Oh man, okay,
it came back. Yeah. So here's the deal. I think that's what I'm thinking is the main Switch, not the Nintendo Switch. That was the main change. Yeah. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Yeah. So you're totally right, man. Like the online is awful, and I think we also let them get away with it because we didn't pay for online for a long time, but
we're paying now. I had to re-up, dude.
I know we got to rage. We got to rage against the machine. It's getting to that point where I'm like, I want to play my Smash Bros. And actually, play my Smash Bros.
Have a good experience. I want to have built-in chat features. I want to have built-in party support. I want to have more. And I feel like they really suck. Like Nintendo sucks at these specific things. Now, the backwards compatibility, now we got to remember they have some of the coolest backwards compatibility on the Wii and the Wii U. Like they had so many different consoles. Obviously, you have to buy them. You couldn't put it in your Super Nintendo cart or anything, but at least they provided that option. Now, there are some games, but like, I would like games that I bought digitally on the Wii U to be able to download them and play them on the Switch. That'd be cool. Maybe going forward, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I think really what the problem is with backwards compatibility, if you think about it, is first off, you got controllers are insane. You got the GameCube controller, which is whack-a-deck, the Wii, which is even weirder, the Wii U, which is a tablet, and then the Switch, which are all totally different. The Switch closer to the Wii U, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you got like the fact that you got that. Remember that little small CD, everybody? Do you remember that little 3-incher? That little cutie in that GameCube?
Yeah,
that's not going to fit into anything. That's not going to fit into your Switch.
They should have a USB-C dongle attachment and then it's like a cool little disk drive that you can put your disc in there, dude. I don't see what the problem is.
Oh, that's a good point. I mean, they already got the dongles for the controllers. Might as well keep on rolling.
Hashtag dongle life.
Just all these dongles coming out for your several discs.
For your chatting, you got your disc, you got controller ports. Oh man, they have like the Wii U the Wii balance board attachment. It's gonna be good.
Man, can't wait. Dongle it up. No, that's, I think, the biggest problem is like, how are you doing the backwards compatibility?
I think you're right.
There's no discs in that cartridge. I mean, unless I missed something. I might have missed something.
Proper Pals? I think you did.
Proper Pals, did I miss? Is there, I mean, I've had it for a while. I might have I'm getting old, Trev. It's very possible. It's very possible.
You know, I would hope, though, going forward that Nintendo, since they are... So the other competitors, Xbox, PlayStation, they have this awesome ecosystem of like digital purchases and a history of all your purchases. This is the first time that Nintendo has had like an okay online digital presence. I bought a lot of my stuff on Wii U digitally, but the thing that sucks is if I ever lost that, or let's say that Wii U broke, I'm just screwed because they're tied to the console, not to my account. Now they're tied to your account, which is nice. So I could see going forward for Switch 2 or whatever bing bong name they come up with. I could see them having it where like, oh yeah, the stuff that you own in the past, just re-download and you can start playing. You're good. So I hope that they do that going forward, but let's be honest. I think you're right. That's hard to be backwards compatible for all of Nintendo's weird bullcrap.
Yeah. So Xbox, PlayStation, what you've learned today is I do not want to see a Blu-ray disc on your next console. It better be so crazy, so zany. I don't want to even recognize it. It could be a disc in the shape of a Z. I don't care what it is. Just make sure it's not backwards compatible. And that way you compete with the Switch. You know, that way you get that extra ka-ching.
Whoa.
Phil Spencer, you're free. You got that for free. Business, my friend.
Business
Go into
101.
It. Come on.
With your boy, Business 101 with your boy, David Moneyman Moon.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm here to give you the Z disc. Let's show a video, shall we? Yes, and you can trade it in by giving it to your friends. The Z disc coming to an Xbox Series X near you. It should be an X disc, actually. Yeah. That would be better. Yeah. Where did the Z come from? That was kind of bad. Okay. Well, that was fun. Bag Tag 99 asks, what genre is the best genre? The one that is the most constantly great, Trevor. What is the best genre from, like, if we were going to look at all the reviews of every game of all time, and we were sat down and we looked at the Metacritic score and we said, that looks good for this genre. What genre would it be?
Call of Duty. Call of Duty genre. No, I don't.
Trevor,
honestly, I don't know. It might as well be. I think. Okay, I'm gonna give you mine. Like what I think it is. Actually, now I'm second guessing. I was gonna say platformers, but then I'm starting to walk that back because I remember a lot of really terrible platformers that I played as a kid. I'm gonna say role playing games, just because they're in everything now. And I
think you're right. There, Trev. I think RPGs are probably the ones that are the most consistently good reviews. Question mark. Because listen, there's a good first-person shooters, right? But they're not. But
there's also been a lot of duds. Yeah, there's been a lot that aren't very great. So I don't know. This is a hard one to ask. I don't know. I would say old school 2D platformers. We see so many current cool new 2D platformers, and there are so many cool old ones. Obviously, there's going to be like your ones that are pretty terrible, but I don't know. All the most recent like Metroid style games that have been coming out have been incredible. I don't know.
So Metrovanias. So my thing is, I'm either thinking Metroidvanias are probably the highest reviewed ones, especially nowadays, or RPGs. But I think RPGs, there's just more of them, which means a more opportunity to get higher reviews. So it's possible. RPGs, are we leaning RPGs maybe?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we're so sure of that answer. You can take that to the bank. Just go out, tell your friends, RPGs are the best genre.
If you take it to the bank, just let them know your boy, Trevor Payne, said you can cash that in. And then they'll be like, oh, I know what's up. And they'll be like, all right. And they'll give you that secret stash. You know what I mean?
It's at least $1 million. At least. My friend. Bare minimum.
Bare minimum. That's actually what RPG stands for.
Yes.
Really progressive returns on investment.
On investment. You're right. They missed that last part sometimes.
Well, like they got to cut it short. It's for marketing purposes.
Be logical, people. Be logical. Fresca John asks, having After hearing your episode on how Mario is a creep, who would be more creepy in real life, Trevor? Wario or Mario? Now think hard about it.
No, it's totally Wario.
No, dude, think hard on this one. I want you to think hard on this one.
Oh boy. I went with my gut. It's Wario, but go ahead.
See, I want to go with my gut too. But then you use that brain, and then you think, maybe not. Because Wario, you know what you get. What is Wario in real life? What is Wario in real life but just, a guy that you would have at like a debt collector or a pawn shop? Just a real sleazeball.
Yeah, he's got that crinkly mustache.
He's
have you heard his laugh?
Farts a lot. Has a weird. Yeah, that guy. Listen, he's a creep. I'm not going to say he's not, but at least we're not getting to the point that there's a plumber that pretends to save a princess who. and she doesn't want to be saved all the time, so that's also creepy.
That's why she keeps moving to different castles. She's like trying to run away.
So there's this plumber that's just chasing this woman around in your apartment building. Now picture that. And now he's got, as I said before, a cat suit on. Now, several different suits. He just is the creepiest. And listen, he still has that. He's still a little creepy looking. But he's not.
He's kind of cute. He's a cute little plumber.
Oh, that's true. He's a little cute. So I guess
the one thing I don't understand, Devin, why is his hair brown and why is his mustache black?
Now that's what I'm saying. What's his real hair look like? What's his real hair?
Is he dyeing that stash or is it fake?
No, here's the deal. The stash is always real, dude. You look at the eyebrows. You look at the stash because no one's coloring that. They're coloring the top. They're coloring the top of the dome. Are you saying he's bald? Dude, the homeboy's bald.
He's got a toupee?
He's got a toupee. He's got several other costumes. Why not?
Oh, I mean, like, you're
this
right.
Man
he does.
A serial
he does.
Killer.
Oh my gosh. Mario scares me now. I have a poster of Mario right now in my kid's room, and I am taking it down.
It's for the best, Trev. It's for the best.
I'm going to go in there and just rip it off the wall. Like, kids, no more Mario.
If he's in your real life, you have this man that's chasing a woman around, has several costumes. He's a murderer.
He rides on the back of a dinosaur, and to get it to eat, he smacks it in the back of the head.
He hurts things. He hurts animals. Another serial killer attribute.
Oh my gosh, this is getting so real right now.
That's what
really
I'm saying,
nervous.
Dude. You go with your gut, and you think, yeah.
And he's kind of obsessive. Yeah, like he's like, I gotta get that princess. And you're like, all right, bro, we're gonna have to get that restraining order. You know what? The more you talk about this, Devin, you are right. Because you know what, Wario, he's just nasty. He's just like the homeless guy that's hanging out of the corner. He's not gonna do anything because he's homeless, but like he's nasty, whatever. But like Mario, you're just like, there's something going on here.
Yeah. There's something peculiar about him. Yeah, he's a sociopath too. Sociopath. He thinks about him. Luigi? Who's
dude,
Luigi?
he's always putting his brother last.
He's put him down.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope we have all learned a lesson. Take down your Mario posters as soon as possible. ASAP. SOS. This guy's a killer. Run for your life, Fresca. John. Thank you. Thank you for the question, though. That's it.
Wow. So I want to roll back that a little bit. I like me some Mario.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me.
Come on. Wario's the real creep. Let's be honest. All right.
Listen, in game form, yeah, he's a freak. But I'm just saying in real life. I'm just talking about the realness.
I hate picturing real Mario. I hate it so much. Oh, I hate it.
It's becoming our reality lately.
It really is.
As far as new releases go, I looked it up. Okay, listen, guys, there's some, but should you? Probably not. Probably save
Like
your
anything
shekels.
worth writing home about, send a letter to grandma. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Grandma doesn't deserve a letter this year or this this year and this week. Just kind of hide that one in a bushel basket. All right, Trev, let's get into our final recommendations. This is where we give something that's awesome out in the video games or otherwise. Trev, what is your final recommendation for the show?
All right, my recommendation is, all right, Devin, I want you to imagine a world.
Yes.
Imagine a world of wide things. Not just wide people, but where your monitors are wide. All right? Are you on board here?
Oh, dude, I'm picturing this world.
Where everything's just stretched out and like pull. Anyways, so my dear sweet wife got me a new monitor, and it is an ultra wide 34-inch monitor for my computer. And oh my gosh, Devin, like I didn't think I would like a monitor this much. I prior had two 27-inch curved Samsung monitors that I loved. But there's something different about having this wide aspect ratio. So a lot of PC games, so if you're playing PC games, will actually fit that full screen. And it's so immersive. It makes the games feel very cinematic. It just pulls you in. And I don't ever want to play games on something that feels so scrunched anymore. So I would say, if you are in the market, anybody out there looking to buy a new monitor, at least take a look at the ultra wide options, because it'll end up being cheaper than buying two monitors if you're needing that kind of setup. And you still have a ton of real estate to work with for multitasking and whatnot. But the games, Dev, the games are so awesome on an ultra wide. So that is my recommendation. Go give it a gander.
Go give her a gander. Dude, that sounds awesome. I love me some beautiful screens. Dude, let's get into mine. Two movie suggestions that I recently saw on the Amazon. You're going to have to buy them. They're not Amazon Prime. The Farewell, which is basically a movie about death, and it sounds depressing, but it's got happy and joyful moments in there, and it's a comedy kind of with a little bit of sadness intermixed. Really good movie. It's about China and U.S. culture, that kind of stuff. A woman that is born in China, goes to America for a lot of her life, comes back to China because her grandma is dying, and no one is telling the grandma that she is dying of cancer and will be dead in a couple of weeks. So basically, that's the premise of the movie. It's very interesting what they talk about culturally, stuff like that. It's funny. It's really, it's just a good movie. I really enjoyed it. So check that out.
Cool.
Another one is called Blinded by the Light. So basically it's a kid that's Indian or not Pakistani that loves some Bruce Springsteen, and he's living in a world full of Nazis and all kinds of stuff. Well, not Nazis, but white, like nationalists and that kind of stuff. It's based in I think probably around the 80s or something in the UK. Really good movie. It's kind of more like, it's like a musical in a way, but if you like the boss, then it's good. And if you don't like the boss, it might give you some boss appreciation. It's good. I like it. I enjoy it. Both of those movies. Get a little culture, you know what I mean? A little Pakistani, little China. It's good stuff. Both great movies. I would review them highly. So go check it out.
Dev. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So we're done with the whole show. It's over. We had fun times. Please go check out the nintendoshow.com. Again, there's the nintendoshow.com. That is where all of our goodness will be. You'll see updates from us. You'll see our new episodes, stuff like that. We appreciate the support there. Make sure you share that with the world. You can also join our Facebook group. You can also follow us on Twitter, which is at Nintendo Show Pod. So all three of those, great places to go if you're a big fan of the Nintendo Show, which we hope you are. Spotify, iTunes, that's where we are. Again, share the love, y'all. It's really helping us out. Your commitment to us, you sharing and giving all that crap to the world is really like helping us a lot, and it really makes us want to make better shows for you and makes us feel like we're not just speaking out of our butts to nobody, which is really appreciative. So yeah, man, it's
making us feel special. We love you all.
We really do. And that is it for the show. Thank you so much. All the best to all of you. Bye.
Take my heart if you don't love me. Tell me just how to say goodbye now, bye now. Just when I know I never will forget you. What can I do to bring you back to me? Tell me what to do to win your love.